Joining us now on the show is a four-time winner, 4 in a row. Kevin Swindell joins us now. Kevin, congratulations on your Chili Bowl win, bud.
Yeah, well, thank you, guys.
Hey, that was a pretty dominating performance. You led all 55 laps. Was there at any point did you feel like that Buddy Kofoid had anything for Logan?
I don't think I was ever completely comfortable, the whole race. I think it was, he kept him, fairly honest the whole time. I think, the screen and some things in that place, allow you to kind of control a race a little more than you would at other places, even with them moving it now. And, Logan does a good job of that. But, I think that car's strong suit too has been, how good we're able to get off a corner a lot of the time, kind of when he needs it, or when he needs to make that little bit extra to get away or make up for a mistake or this or that. It's kind of, been able to bail him out with his foot a lot, where some of those guys seem to get stuck. So,
right.
Felt comfortable with a lot of that, and what he was able to do. And especially after Friday from, digging from 7th there, I felt like we were kind of, it was up to us whether we beat ourselves or not for the most part.
It seemed to me that 410 Racing was making a little bit of a comeback. And I see what High Limits is doing, and I see what the World of Outlaws is doing. Are you a little concerned? And I've said this more than one time on the air, that I'm a little worried that it could fracture 410 Racing a little bit. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't really know what's going to come of it. It's kind of a thing where it began for one reason, and now I feel like it's become kind of a whole alternative thing. So I think it's just got to play out to see how it works. I mean, if nothing, winners' purses are going up, and I think people are trying to make it better. I think our biggest issue right now is nobody really knows where the money's coming from, and it all is just kind of there. So it's, I don't know. We'll just see. I think the whole Dirt Vision and Flow thing is kind of a mess, and everybody just is in a big, war for all of that at the moment, and kind of the afterthought are the guys that are from the midfield back and that are touring every week. I think things are getting better for the guys that are in the top 5. I just think we've got to have an ecosystem for the guys that, most likely are not going to win every night. And I think kind of goes back to what I said about not wanting to race. It's fun if you win, but if I go for $1,800 to run 8th to 12th or whatever, like right. I lose $2 or $3 grand, and I have to be at peace with that being like a hobby and I had fun, or is this a profession?
Ashton, Torgerson, congratulations. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's go back to last year, man. That was a horrifying accident that you had, and what Kirk and I don't understand is that Flo didn't really talk that much about your situation that you had last year, and we think it's the most thrilling comeback victory ever at the Chili Bowl. What do you think?
Yeah,
the shootout, I should say.
Yeah, the whole Chili Bowl deal is a scary deal for everyone and all my family. But first and foremost, I got to thank everyone for the thoughts and prayers that they had with me. And like you said, it's just a great comeback to come back into the SageNet Center and be able to pick up that driller from the winged A class. Just an unbelievable feeling to be back in here and to be on Victory Lane stage.
Let's talk about your winged A-class win. Man, that was a thrilling victory. So just take us through that race a little bit.
Yeah, we were in all 4 classes in the full shootout, and the other 3 classes they were going all right. And then our winged A class, we went from 6-1 in the heat, and we felt pretty good all week in the winged A class. And then leading into the qualifier, we started 4th and got to 2nd, and then that would put us on the front row for the A. And, I felt pretty comfortable in that car, like I said, all week. And so I knew we had a good shot. And
Braxton, congratulations.
Thank you.
Man, you've won a lot of big races so far. You won the Keith Coons Motorsport race down there at Texas. That was a big trophy, but do you like that driller just a little bit better than that other trophy, or what's the best one?
That driller's hard to beat. It's nice. I like it.
It was big. Well, talk about how you were able to pull off that win last Sunday night down in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That was not easy. You had a lot of competitors you had to beat, and J.J. Beeson was one of those. Just to kind of talk about how you're able to come from 6th starting spot to win that race.
I just had to run a good line, run my own race, and a fast car. So, thanks to Chad.
Chad Boat has given you a lot of help with this car. How did that all come about?
So I think it all started when my friend LW and Wyatt, they talked to Chad, and then I got to meet Chad, and then we started last year running for Chad, and then we started winning all these big races.
I was shocked when you came from 5th, and you just flew by everybody up there, and you took the lead, and I just felt like at that point that you were the dominant car of the night. How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree. Finding the bottom definitely helped, but even before I moved down to the bottom, I was reeling in Haperteeth and Peck on the top. But yeah, I mean, we had a really fast car. The big deal with running at Volusia is just being smooth and straight and not bogging the car down as much with it being a 360.
Right.
Which took me a couple nights to figure out, but once I got it figured out and we got the car better, I felt like unbeatable.
What were you thinking when that yellow flag came? You're coming down for the checkered flag, and you see that yellow.
Yeah, when I was going to lap that guy, I seen him slowing up a lot, and I assumed his...
Are you a little pumped up about the possibility of running a full World of Outlaws schedule this year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot. It's going to be a long year. I'm just going to kind of go every weekend at a time and learn as much as I can. So,
yep, no doubt about it. Do you kind of feel the pressure on you a little bit driving the 7S car? You know, the Sides Motorsports car has been running up and down the road for a long, long time. Do you kind of feel a little pressure on you a little bit?
Not too bad. Jason, I feel like me and Jason are going to work very well together. He's very laid back, and he's not going to beat you down when you have a bad night. So, my expectations aren't super high. I mean,
You picked up the points title down there at Volusia. Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, yeah, just for some reason, myself and Volusia, we have a pretty good little chemistry deal going on there. We've been down there. I've been there I don't know how many trips now, and just seems like the last 2 or 3 years I've really found my niche at that track, and my Longhorn chassis has been running great at that place, and we just kept it up this year. So it was a heck of a way to start the year, and makes me super excited to go back for the Dirt Car Nationals there in the middle of February.
It seems like Longhorn is kind of starting to take over in the late model series a little bit. Is that kind of true a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, down there the first night, I think 11 out of the first 13 cars were all Longhorns, and that's all because of how hard everyone, Steve Arpin, Matt Langston, everyone at Longhorn Chassis works. They they've been pretty good. They've got guys like Tim McCready and Jonathan Davenport, and then other people that's been on top of the game for a long time. But that doesn't stop them from working. You know, they're always trying to develop and do different things. And I've been in those cars for 5 years.
Listen, you're going to be running with the High Limit Series this year, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what was the determination to run with? Because we talk about it a lot here on mostly Motorsports. We've talked a lot about. I'm a little concerned about High Limit Series taking on the World of Outlaws, and I'm a little afraid that it might fracture 410 racing a little bit. What's your thoughts on that?
It's obviously good to have another series, I feel like, because I feel like everybody tries to step up. I'm not sure if it'll hurt or won't. I have no idea about that type of stuff because I'm not in the back side of it, but I know that it's good for some people to allow us to race for more money and have another series to be able to run. And what Kyle and Brad and them guys have doing is pretty awesome. I don't see the backside of it. I've never ran with the Outlaws. I've ran races here and there, but never a series with them or whatnot. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting on the road and running with them guys. We got a lot of work still to do, but like I said, Brad and Kyle, they're putting the time and effort in, so I think they deserve it. But also, I think what someone's tried to take down the Outlaws 2 or 3 times now so far, and it hasn't worked. But I don't think that's their envision either.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm